What's happening, guys? Today we are talking about this guy by BenQ. It's another ScreenBar light, and this is the ScreenBar Halo. Now, you remember we did talk about one of these in the past. This one is a little bit different and has some improved features, and you're gonna wanna stick around and check this out. Why? Because you have the chance to win. There's a contest that we're running with BenQ. They're gonna give away one of these lights to one of you guys. There's a link in the description below, so check that out. Enter the contest, because if you guys win this light, I'm telling you, you're gonna like it. It's an awesome light. I've been using the other one for a long time, and I'm really looking forward to trying out this one with this new feature that it's got, which I'll talk about in a second here. And one other quick thing, the contest is only open to US and Canada residents. So if you guys aren't in the USA or Canada, I'm sorry that they're not gonna be able to ship it anywhere else, but US and Canada, hit the link up in the description below. Sign up so that you can be in the running to win this guy, because I'm telling you, dude, these things are awesome. You're gonna wanna get in the running to win it. All right, with that said, let's talk about what comes in the box. You saw a little B-roll there in the beginning. So we have the ScreenBar light itself. Now, this is a new light here, or relatively new, newer than the other one we took a look at. And the big difference is right here on the back of the ScreenBar here, it has another light built in. So if you're like me, I'm in my studio here, it's always dark. I have a normal light hanging on the ceiling behind the camera there, and I gotta pull the chain, turn it on and all that. But a lot of times, like, I just don't want that light on, right? But I need a little light back there because all my gear's back there. Well, this light is gonna light up behind my monitor, right? I usually have my monitor here, and I mean, I think that's gonna come in super handy. And even if you have your computer up against a wall or something, you just want a little soft light, that's what this is gonna do for you on the back here. The other really cool feature about this set is that the dial here to operate the light is actually wireless, right? There's no wires on here. They do give you three, AAA batteries here that you put in this guy. And we're gonna go over some of the features of this, but that's how this light works. Whereas the other one that we took a look at a while back, it had a cord to it, right? It was attached to your monitor via USB. A USB cord came to this. Well, now it's wireless. So that's pretty sweet. I like that. And I mean, from looking at the instructions, there's no syncing things up. I think you just turn it on and it's good to go. We're gonna find out because we're gonna put it together here in a second. The other thing that is included with this light is this little guy. Now, it might not look like much, but what this is for is if you want to use it on a curved monitor like this guy. This guy right here, it's, I forget what this is, 36, 38? I forget. It's big, it's wide, and it does have a slight curve to it. Now, I have been using my other ScreenBar on this monitor without any problems. It works out just fine, and it doesn't spill onto the screen at all. But this little guy right here is actually gonna allow you to properly mount it up to a curved screen and prevent any glare from going onto the screen. You also get this little pad here because you may need to put this on here and push it out a little bit depending on your curved screen and how much it curves and all that kind of stuff. Depending on your setup, you may need this, which is just gonna help make you adjustments, and you might need this guy if you have a curved monitor. If you don't have a curved monitor, you probably don't need these two parts, but it's nice that they include them for you. And then, of course, you get a nice little thing here with your instructions and your warranty and service stuff. So always check out the instructions there. If you don't know how to use it, definitely check out instructions. I always tell everybody, check out the instructions for everything. You might learn a little something. All right, so that is what comes in the box here. Now let's get into setting this guy up. What's nice is that it just plugs into the USB ports on your monitor, assuming you have some. Now, you are gonna need a USB port, so if you don't have one on the monitor, thankfully on this monitor, I've got several, and I think most monitors you probably do, right? But if you don't, you can just plug this into any other kind of USB power supply. So I know that I'm gonna need this little clippy guy right here. So we're gonna take that, and where that goes is right underneath the front here. So under the front, this little clippy guy is gonna go there. And we're just gonna put it right on top of the monitor here. And there we go, it's installed, right? So I'm just gonna plug it into the back of the monitor. Then we're gonna dump the batteries into here, see how this bad boy works. So on the back of this guy, you're just gonna open this up right here. Boom, and that's where your batteries go, right in the back right there. So one thing to note, that if you have your ScreenBar on your monitor, when you plug it in, the USB needs to be at least a 5-volt USB. Now on the back of my monitor here, it does say that it's 5 volts, but the light is gonna flash when it doesn't have enough power. Let me show you what that looks like real quick. So you can see here it's flashing, and that means that it's not getting enough power to run the light. Now, I don't know why the 5-volt on my monitor here isn't giving this thing enough power, but I do have a USB strip, and when I plug it into there, it works just fine. So for now, I'm gonna plug it into that USB strip, and that's going to solve our problem here of it flashing on and off. So if you see it flashing, that means you need a USB port that's got more power to it. So I plugged it into my USB power strip, and now you can see the light is on, it's constant, and it's getting enough power. So I know I just said that my monitor has a 5 amp USB plug on it, and it should run this light, but I was having some issues and it was blinking just like you just saw. However, I just turned on my computer all the way, I went to go log in, and when it was all the way fired up, then the light was working just fine when I plugged it into the back of the monitor. So as long as you got that 5 amp USB plug, the light should work out fine. It's working out fine for me now. So a little bit of user error there before. That was my bad. So, all right, back to the video. All right, so let's talk about this cool remote here. So this thing's really cool. In order for it to work and turn on the light, you kind of have to hold your hand over it for a second here, kind of like using the force. And then that's going to turn this guy on right here. So you hold your hand over, and then I can hit the power button, which is right in the middle here. That's going to turn it on and off. And like the other light we've seen from BenQ here, you've got different color temperatures. You've got an auto mode. So if I hit the auto mode here, it's going to auto adjust, and it's going to set the brightness for us based on your environment. So that's kind of cool. You can just set it on auto and you're good to go. Now let's say I wanted to change the color temperature myself. I can come over here. I can click on the temperature button, and I can just rotate this around, and you can see it's going to get more towards the yellow side of white balance, or turn it the other way. And it does have dials on here, gauges, right? You can see as I'm turning, it's kind of giving you a gauge of where you're going. And if I wanted to change the brightness, I would click on the little brightness guy here, and I can make it bright or make it not so bright. So here's as bright as it goes right there. Let's say I want the white light. There's yellow. I don't like the yellow. I want the white light. Even that's blue, more blue than, the rest of the lights I got going on here. But we can balance it out a little bit. And on the little remote here, they have a favorites button. So you can set the light to be whatever your favorite settings are. So you might want, a whiter light, and you want it to be a certain brightness. You can program it the way you want, hit that favorites button, and then boom, it's going to jump to that anytime you hit that favorites button. And to turn the light off, you just hit the power button in the middle, and then it's going to go ahead and shut the light off. Now, sometimes this might turn off because it doesn't need to be on all the time, right? So if it does turn off, you just got to hold your hand over it. It's got a little sensor. It's going to know you're there. And then you can go ahead, hit the buttons, and adjust it as you need. So that's how the front part works, right? And now we got a light on the back. So there is another button right here on the bottom. It's a little hard to see, but there's a button there. And when you hit that, it's going to change the mode. So you can use the front light, the light on the back, or both lights. So let me slide this monitor over here, see if I can show you what this looks like. All right, so over here, we're looking at the front light. If I hit the mode button once, it's going to turn off the front light. And back here, it's going to turn on the back light. I got the cord stretched out a little bit there. So it's going to have the backlight on, which is kind of nice. I mean, it's going to light up behind your monitor. And actually, it's pretty bright. It's in my eyeballs. Coming back on this side, let's hit the mode button again. And now we've got on both the front light and we've got on the back light. So you've got both lights on, and they can really light up your workspace good. So it's cool. You can do front light, you can do back light, you can do both. Rotating through the modes here. Pretty sweet. You can do your lights however you'd like to have them lit up. So one of the really cool things about this light is that both the front and the back, they both do the same color temperature and the same brightness. So if I come on here and I want to change the color temperature, you can notice it's going to change the front to yellow as well as the back. So that's pretty sweet that, it works hand in hand. They both are the same, so you don't have one that's yellow, one that's white. It can be messing with your eyes and all that kind of stuff. So it's nice that they work together. They also work together with the brightness as well as the auto setting. So pretty sweet. You can set it up however you want, and they're going to match from the front to the back. So let's just touch once again on why these lights are so good. And the best part is that you can sit here at your monitor. Let me pull this guy down. The light is going to come down here, and it's not going to hit me in the eyes. The light's going to come straight down and not get on the screen, right? It's going to light up your desk area without blinding you in the eyes, blasting you in the face. You don't have to have big soft boxes on and stuff like that. It's just going to light up your work area. So if you like to work in an area where it's a little dim, like I do, or maybe if you're just even in a room where you need a little more light, but you don't want something, blasting you in the eyes, or you don't want to put a lamp on your desk, this thing is great. It can just sit right on top, and it does a great job of lighting up your work area. I've been using one of these for a long time, and it works great. It really does. I think any of you guys would be excited to have one of these guys as part of your setup. So wrapping this all up, what do I think of this light? They're awesome. Like I said, I've been using it for a while, the other version, and I'm excited to have this one because it's got that light on the back, which I think for me is going to come in handy in my situation. So if you need the light on the back, this might be the light for you. If you don't need the light, you could always try one of the other ones too. Either way, I think you can't go wrong. The other thing that I really like is that the little hockey puck here, is wireless. That's kind of nice. I mean, yeah, you got to change some batteries once in a while, but I imagine they last pretty long, you know, especially if you're just turning it on and turning it off and you're not adjusting it too much. I know for me, I find the setting I like and I kind of leave it there. All in all, it does a great job of keeping my eyes from having to strain at the screen. Like if I leave this softbox on up here, you know, you kind of got to squint sometimes. It's just, it can get uncomfortable, right? So it does a great job of just giving me the light that I need without, you know, getting in my eyes and just, you know, being too bright and just kind of being annoying, kind of like this softbox would be if I wasn't filming. So for me, this light is awesome, and I think you guys would like it too. So you should head down to the description and sign up for that contest. We're gonna be running it for 2 weeks. It's only open to the US and Canada. I'm sorry if you guys are other parts of the world, but if you are in US or Canada, you can sign up for that contest, and whoever wins this, you are gonna be super excited to get this light, try it out, use it, and I think it's gonna work out really good for you guys. A huge thank you to BenQ for sending this out, as well as providing that extra one for somebody who's gonna win it, one of you guys. Thank you, BenQ. You guys have awesome products. And with that said, guys, I'm gonna go enjoy my light here, go get a little work done, probably edit this video. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.